Honestly, I could spend the whole day in the kitchen without even noticing. I generally love cooking more than anything, but even I have days when I just don't have the energy to cook, and all I want is an easy recipe that still gives me a satisfying, comforting meal without compromising. One thing I know for sure, I'll never skip breakfast. Even if I eat it late, I still eat it and it fills me up. Otherwise, I'm not going to be very pleasant. And when I go for a comforting meal, it's definitely something that reminds me of my childhood mornings when my mom used to make me French toasts. I always preferred it savory because I'm totally a savory person, but I really love the combo of sweet and salty too, so I never skip the sugar and cinnamon. You can find this recipe on my website dianavfood.com, and you can tweak the sugar and salt levels if you want it more or less sweet. I like frying it in vegan butter. I probably don't need to explain why, but if you have a good non-stick pan and prefer skipping oils and butter altogether, just know it still works. I also made a quick guacamole and chopped up some cucumber and tomato. Lately, I'm trying to include more fresh veggies throughout the day, not just in the evening salad. That way, I make sure I'm eating a good variety and a larger amount of vegetables overall. Let's be real, it's better to add veggies than eat another piece of bread, even if it is French toast and really good one, right? As someone who really resists food trends, I'll admit I came a little late to the smashed potato game, but I have to say they really are one of the best things ever. First of all, they're super easy to make and don't even take that long. I wash small potatoes, they're just more fun to eat and easier to smash. Then I boil them until soft, and while they're cooking, I make the oil and spice mix that I'll brush them with. I go heavy on the spices because blanched potatoes, not my thing. And believe me, once this mix bakes in the oven, it becomes a flavor bomb. As soon as the potatoes are fork tender but not too soft, that's important so they don't fall apart, I drain them and transfer them to a parchment-lined baking sheet. I smash them using a wide jar. You can use anything that gets the job done without destroying their shape, ideally something flat and wide. I try to coat all the surfaces that aren't touching the tray so they'll come out extra crispy and full of flavor. My absolute favorite way to eat them is with tzatziki. Trust me when I say it's a match made in heaven. I use zucchini, but feel free to use cucumber. It will make it even more refreshing. I squeeze out all the liquids really well using a towel or a cheesecloth. Skip this step and you'll end up with a soggy mess. Then I add a bit of chopped dill and of course yogurt. I use Alpro's unsweetened soy yogurt, but coconut yogurt works too if you're okay with the flavor. Next comes lemon juice, olive oil, salt, pepper, and just a tiny bit of garlic powder, IBS life. If garlic is fine for you, go ahead and add a clove or two, whatever you like. I mix it all well and love letting it sit in the fridge for 15 minutes before serving. That's when the flavors really come together. It's also delicious the next day and even 2 days later. Okay, maybe I got a bit carried away with the olive oil. Will you forgive me? After 15 minutes or once the potatoes are beautifully golden, just how I like them, it's time to eat. And that bite is truly dreamy. The salty, bold, grilled flavors of the potatoes with the tangy, creamy, light tzatziki. It's honestly one of my favorite bites in the world. And since we're already talking about creaminess, let's move on to the veggie coconut stew, ready in just 15 minutes, maybe even less. I believe in you. Honestly, I make this kind of stew every few days when I want to use up lots of veggies and pair it with rice. Basically, it's my go-to cozy, nourishing dish. I try to always have some staple veggies at home for these moments when I want something quick and nutritious and don't want to overthink a whole new dish. I like having mushrooms, carrots, zucchini, frozen peas. They work in different ways with different dishes. Mushrooms, zucchini, and peas are also great in pasta sauces. Add carrots and you've got a stir fry. When I want to combine a bunch of things that might not totally go together, I just add coconut milk and somehow it always works. Seasoning wise, I keep it simple. Lately I've been adding cocoa aminos, which are even lower in sodium than low sodium soy sauce and have amazing umami notes. I add veggies in batches as I see the ones in the pan starting to soften and darken. If things look too dry, I add a bit of sesame oil. Then I add tomato paste, gochujang, miso, and coconut milk to bring it all together. If you want, you can also add some passata sauce and cashews. It gives it a little sweetness and a nice crunch. Great time to toast in spinach, frozen or fresh. If it's fresh, just wait until the other veggies are soft, since fresh spinach only needs a few minutes. I love serving this dish with sticky rice, but any rice will work just as well. It's also great with pasta, bread, or just on its own. However you eat it, it's cozy and delicious. Oh, and it's amazing the next day and the one after that and the one after that. You know those foods that once you think about them, you can't stop thinking about them and you feel like you have to eat them now or at the very latest tomorrow? That's my story with focaccia. Fluffy, bubbly, oily dough that I can eat just as it is and be happy. Though, let's be real, I'll always add a little something on the side to feel like it's a real meal. So basically, I mix flour, yeast, and salt in a deep bowl, then add lukewarm water and olive oil. Mix it all with a spoon or silicone spatula until it's a sticky, wet dough. Perfect, because that's how we get a juicy focaccia with beautiful air bubbles. This one's perfect for two, me and my husband, but if you want a bigger one that serves 4 or more, the full recipe is in the video description. I cover and leave it at room temperature for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, I wet my hands, stretch one side of the dough up and fold it over. I turn the bowl 90 degrees and repeat. I do this 4 times. Cover again for 30 minutes and repeat the foldings. You can do this once or twice. I like doing it 3 to 4 times. These folds create layers of air and build a gentle gluten structure without kneading, which is perfect for a wet dough. It will rise tall without collapsing. After that, I cover and chill in the fridge for 8 to 12 hours. I served the focaccia with a salad of lettuce, fennel, cucumber, black lentils, and sweet potato leftovers from my last video. Shh, don't judge me. Carrots, cherry tomatoes, vegan feta, walnuts, and sesame seeds. The dressing is just like the one from that other salad recipe, but I added chopped chives this time. I love pairing the focaccia with a quick sun-dried tomato spread that takes literally 2 minutes. 3 to 4 slices of sun-dried tomato, a bit of hot sauce I found in the fridge, a teaspoon of lemon juice, a teaspoon of tomato paste, about 6 small mint leaves, a pinch of salt and pepper, a teaspoon of olive oil, a tablespoon of pumpkin seeds, and a few rosemary leaves. Optional but nice. I blend it with an immersion blender. It's just easier for me. You can use anything else, even a mortar and pestle, which I don't have. I'm not fancy, sorry. Blend it until smooth with no big tomato or seed chunks. And hello to our beautiful focaccia after 12 hours in the fridge and another hour out, which is really important too. Look how it's doubled in size with those stunning bubbles. Now I prep my baking tray lined with parchment paper, optional if you have a really good non-stick tray, but either way, do not skip the olive oil drizzle, it's non-negotiable. I oil the tray well. Focaccia loves oil. Sprinkle some semolina for a crispy bottom and gently pour the dough into the tray. With oiled hands, I carefully stretch it to fit the pan. I let it rest for a few minutes while I prep the toppings. I love cherry tomatoes with rosemary or thyme, but you can top it with whatever you like: olives, onion, vegan mozzarella, or just keep it simple with rosemary and coarse salt. I oil the top generously and oil my hands too. I give it a little massage, pressing gently with my fingers. And a bit more olive oil to help it bake beautifully and keep the tomatoes from burning. I finish with coarse salt. Don't skip this, it's as important as flour in this recipe. And if you don't have any, buy some. It's salt, come on. Bake at 230 degrees Celsius with fan setting for 20 to 25 minutes until golden on top and crispy at the bottom. I like rotating the tray halfway through for even baking, but it's not essential. Let your beautiful focaccia cool for 10 minutes and then slice it up. Look how gorgeous it is, like a bubbly, comforting cake. A salty one. And I don't know what you heard about focaccia, but it's seriously one of the easiest doughs and recipes to make. I've always wanted my own focaccia recipe that's simple, comes out cloud-like but crispy on the outside, not too greasy. And I want you to make it too and tell me what do you think. Is it a keeper? So we celebrated 1 year in Berlin, and what better way to celebrate than with a focaccia meal. I'm so grateful for the experiences, all the things I've learned, and for you watching my videos, encouraging me and being part of this journey. So thank you, and I'll see you in the next video with some new tofu recipes you don't want to miss.